Them red and blue lights, man, save a nigga life, huh?
I shoot him right in his goddamn throat.
And play with my motherfucking child, ever.
What's good, y'all? You know, since T.I.'s son King ended up in jail, he's been a trending topic all over the internet. And not for good reasons either. See, he's been doing a lot of goofy stuff lately, and that caught the eye of none other than Charleston White, who just loves coming at whoever does something like that. Before you know it, T.I. came back at Charleston White over dissing his son King, and it got pretty ugly. The main topic over basically all platforms in the last few days is T.I., his son King Harris, and of course, who else other than Charleston White. These three set the internet on fire with their comments and with their direct threats towards one another. The whole drama between them started with T.I.'s son going to jail a few months back. He's been arrested for reasons that we still don't know, but what we do know is that King is becoming more troublesome by the day. He's been pretty reckless with his behavior, and because he did something way overboard, he ended up going to jail. Now, some will believe that going to jail, even if it was only for a very brief period of time, would change a man or teach him some sort of lesson or something like that. However, that couldn't be further from the truth. In fact, King was very low-key happy that he went to jail because he thinks that going to jail shows how tough you are, perhaps that you're a gangster, just like his dad did when he was younger. He went as far as posting some of his photos and videos after he was released from jail, as well as his mugshot, which a lot of people found to be pretty hilarious. Now, some folks on IG shared their thoughts on King and the reason why they believe he's doing some of these things. It looks like he's pretty eager to prove something to himself and to the others for no real reason whatsoever, man. One comment wrote, "He's so happy he went to jail." Another person said, "He want to be gangster so bad." As it turns out, he probably trying to live up to the image of T.I. and how his early adulthood went. In King's eyes, that means he's got to be as tough as his dad. Otherwise, something's wrong. Naturally, T.I. addressed the recent troubles that his son had with the law. He's hopped on Instagram to let all of his fans know how he felt about what happened and whether or not he's going to be trying to do anything in order to reach his son, King, and teach him a lesson. He said,
I know my son. Think I ain't spoke to my son. Think I ain't told my son, his mama, and his grandmamas. His ass going to prison. If he goddamn keep this shit up, his ass going to prison. Ain't no way around it. Ain't nothing I'm gonna be able to do about it.
According to T.I., his son is old enough to start making his own decisions. And more importantly, to start learning about life on his own, even if that means making some mistakes and learning the hard way. T.I. also said that he trusts God will take care of his son King, and that he'll eventually learn how to act and to do what's right. Only a little after that, King got into yet another scenario where he showed no respect and pretty poor manners, actually. He went into a waffle place in Atlanta and completely disgraced himself. King was on Instagram Live while he held a conversation with one of the employees of the place, and it's pretty hard to watch. The problem that King had with one of the staffers was that his meal included pickles and he didn't want any pickles. Because of this disappointment in the poor service he was receiving, he thought it would be a good idea to have an argument with the people who worked at the place while he was filming himself. Now, because he was using foul language, one of the girls who works at the place told King not to talk like that while he's inside the restaurant. And then King replied with,
Hey, I can talk how the f I want to wherever I'm at. I'm on live, shawty. Stop talking to me. Stop talking to me. This ain't your f***ing restaurant.
To make matters even a little more embarrassing and, quite frankly, rude, he said that he's got more money in his pocket than what the person who worked there could ever make. And as he left the restaurant, he threatened to pistol whip the guy who asked him to leave. After the scene he made at this waffle restaurant, people saw fit to ask T.I. about what in the hell was going on with his kid. Why doesn't he do something about the way his son's treating others? That kind of activity is not going to let him get far in life. Once again, just like the first time around, T.I. said there was not much he could do for King. According to T.I., they already talked about it, and that it was all King's fault. He also tried to make his son's situation seem less bad by talking about how King graduated with honors. T.I. thinks that should be a topic of the conversation, not some petty argument that his son had with a restaurant worker.
In the hell is it more newsworthy to report that this man got into an argument with a fucking short order cook, and less important to speak about the fact that he graduated with honors on the A&B honor roll at 17, not even 18 yet? Why is this? I don't understand what world we're living in. Well, this is what we rather promote.
Even though he tried spinning the story around in his favor, the people online, they weren't convinced at all. There's not much that T.I. or his son could do in order to get out of this mess that they made. He's just a pretty bad parent, it looks like. First of all, never disrespect people who are preparing your food. The fact that he feels like this incident is mediocre is showing just how small he is. He could throw all these big words out and make it seem like he's so educated, but the fact still remains that he just is ignorant as his son. To be okay with this type of behavior shows what type of parent he is. The fact that Charleston White noticed all these things happening is literally no surprise at all. He's always ready when it comes to slamming people who are acting to be something that they're not, especially if it's about younger people. In this case, King Harris had it coming, and Charleston told him a couple things on more than one occasion. First, he told him,
"Need to do that T.I. little yellow motherfucker, long hair freak. That little motherfucker don't know how to fight either. Get them y'all babies is rapper babies. Go drop him off over his cousin them house."
Because he's always present on the internet, King quickly found out about Charleston's rants. Not only that, but he came to Charleston with a reply of his own, and he even threatened to beat Charleston up if he comes to where he's at. He told him this.
Man, we about to whoop your ass when you come back down here from telling. I can see you had a soft upbringing. It got so tough, started yelling, you know. Boy, the red and blue lights, man. Save a nigga life, huh?
Now, what King talked about there was the fact that Charleston White was always ready to call the popos once things got a little gritty. If he's in some sort of trouble, or if he even senses that there might be something going down, he's gonna call a 5-0. For that reason, he found it suitable to call him out like that. Then Charleston White had a little something to say in return. He told him that if T.I. won't teach him any manners, then he best pray he never comes across Charleston, because this is what he had to say.
Now T.I., you raising these kind of little yellow motherfuckers. You got a yellow motherfucker look how your son look, talking about he'll jump on a 50-something-year-old nigga. If your boy jump on me, y'all will bury that yellow motherfucker. I shoot him right in his goddamn throat.
Yep, that was nothing short of a threat. This time around, though, T.I. didn't just sit back and take zero responsibility as he did before. Charleston White made his statement pretty clear when it comes to King, and that stuff sounded serious to T.I. So he told Charleston that if he wants to pick a fight with someone, it should be him rather than his son.
I spare no expense on your ass, boy, about mine. Give a about no police. Do all my time. I got family. I got motherfuckers who willing to risk their lives and freedom about me and mine. You hear me? Don't play with my motherfucking child ever.
T.I. also called Charleston a parasite because all that he does is throw dirt on others and wait for them to take the bait. And once they do, he's already accomplished what he wanted. He got the media attention, and that's all he ever does in order to get that bag. If you ask T.I., he and Charleston are not even on the same level. He's been putting in work his whole life, and Charleston White ain't never done a single thing ever. That's why he should watch himself, because he gets on T.I. foot, he might send his goons to take out Charleston. But what y'all think about this drama between T.I., his son King, and Charleston White? You think the tension between them will amount to anything? Or do you think it's just a bunch of hollow threats stacked up on each other? Let us know what you think down in the comments section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check this next one out. Be sure to click like and subscribe to the channel. And as always, man, keep it RIZZLE.